Hi, my name is Jan van den Akker, and for 10 years now I'm responsible for sourcing rice for BENEO. Customers ask us, how does BENEO improve the sustainability of your rice sourcing? Well, an interesting question and an interesting topic. You see, BENEO buys rice brokens from mill, so seldom we are in direct contact with farmers. Farmers are most of the time very small scale and they work through mills to sell their products. As we buy brokens, our main contact is a rice mill. They are our suppliers. We only work with approved suppliers. When we visit suppliers, one part of our responsibility is to give them feedback of the things that we have seen and which they could improve. First, we have the discussion with them about a standard document we have called Rice Supplier Guidelines. This contains also a lot of sustainable aspects. If we then go into the field, or let's say into the mill, we look at things like safety. Many times we see electrical wiring that can be improved and made much safer. Another theme is covering rotating machines parts. Next to that, we look at the hygiene of a mill. Not only sanitary, but also like using nets in front of doors to prevent birds from entering the mill. Of course, there are also ethical aspects. Not only working circumstances, we only want to source from countries which have a surplus in production. And BENEO is also involved in the local situation. For example, in 2018, there were huge floodings in Laos, and BENEO funded a lot of student uniforms so that kids could go back to school again. Next to that, we do advise mills also to discuss with farmers the usage of chemicals like pesticides. This means that farmers could cut in costs, but also it's better for their health and also for our health, and it's easier for them to be EU compliant. If we look closer at home, in Europe, the transport from our external warehouses to our factory is done for more than 70% through water transportation. At BENEO, we are building our business on long-term sustainable principles.